Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Aaron from the channel Aaron's Art, and today we are looking at how to make your own fire effect in Photoshop. This is using all default brushes. You don't have to download anything. You can do this all with just Photoshop. So let's go. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to go up to Layer and go New. Once you create that new layer, this is going to be your first base for the fire. We're going to go into our brushes here, and you really can use any brush that you want. However, I like to go to the wet media brushes. I think they work well for this. You can choose really any one. For now, I'm going to choose this one, the Heavy Scatter Flow. And we're going to pick out a red color. So once you get the red color selected, you can just create kind of a flowing effect with it. And after that, you're going to create another new layer. Go there, and we're going to do the same thing with orange. We're going to make the orange brush smaller though. Get an orange, a good orange. And size it down just a little bit. After that, we got a good orange in there, and we are going to go to another new layer, and inside that we are going to have sort of a white, but not a pure white. We're going to have kind of a yellowish white, a white with a yellow tint to it. And after that, we are going to go to Filter, and under Filter, go to Distort, and then to Wave. And these are the settings I have. The number of generators 5, min 10, max 120, amplitude min 5, max 35, and then 100 and 100. And you can change them up. For this one, we're just going to have it as this though. Those are the settings I use. I find they work pretty well, but you can change it up. And we're going to do it one by one to each of the layers. So I did it to the white layer, I'm going to do it to the orange layer, and the red layer. After that, we are going to go one by one and motion blur it, under Filter, down to Blur, and then motion blur. You're going to have it pointed almost straight up, but not quite. And just do a little bit of a motion blur. It'll give it a more fiery look to it. And after you have done that to each of them, we are going to, I'm not going to do it to the last layer. After that, we are going to combine the layers and then go back over to Distort and Wave. And for this, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Yeah. To about 94 here. And the last thing we're going to do is go to Distort, Blur, and then Motion Blur. Okay, so if you look at this, this is what our fire looks like right now. Now, we are going to go to Enhance and then In Color. We're going to adjust the hue and saturation of this layer. And to do that, we're going to go to Colorize. You see this little Colorize button over here. You click that, it's going to make it all kind of one color. We're going to bring the saturation almost up to the top, and then we're going to change it to this orange kind of color. And before I do that, actually, I am going to duplicate this layer. And then we'll do that here. colorize, bring the saturation almost all the way up, and then change it to an orange kind of fiery color. And you know, I like the shades that we have in here, so we're going to bring this to the bottom. Or no, we'll bring it to the top, and then bring the opacity down, opacity. And you got an okay fire effect. Now, we aren't done here. This is just one fire effect. You can really change up the variations with this. Obviously, we have one fire effect up here, but if you want, you can change it up with different brushes, because different brushes are going to have different looks to the fire effects. So, let's say I want to use this brush. I'm going to go to and change it to a red color. Right there, looks good. And this is going to be really different, you know. Go to layer, new layer, repeat the steps. Get good orange in there. New layer. Last but definitely not least, yellow. Then again, we're going to come here and distort, wave, and I might change this up a little bit. We'll do that. Do wave for this one. Do wave for this one. After you got that, motion blur it. With the motion blur. About 7, and then for the next one, we will blur it at about 5, and then for the last bit, blur it at maybe at about 3. Or we'll do it at 1. Okay, after that, you're gonna combine the layers, and then we're gonna go back to distort, wave, I don't like that much, and it's all about trial and error. You know, sometimes you're gonna change your settings to see how they look. See if it doesn't look too bad. Motion blur. And that's pretty good. Now we are going to change up the color, colorize it to about 97. Look at that. It isn't bad. It looks like fire. And if I'm going to use this in a design, it's going to look even better. So I have I did a speed art on this edit here, this design, and I used this fire effect in the back. Just insert one of these into there. You're going to see that it looks like fire. It feels like fire. So even if it doesn't look the best in here, when you incorporate it into a design, it's going to look better with all the effects that you use, and it's going to look like fire. We'll create one more here, just for fun and games. So repeat the steps. We'll choose a different brush. Maybe this one. This looks pretty good. And like I said, each brush is going to give you a different kind of, a little bit different of a look. It's really about the brush, and it's about the wave filter and how you use that. So after that, go to distort wave. That's a little bit. Yeah, we'll try it. Go over here, use it. Hey, that doesn't look that bad. Go back to blur, motion blur. And you tend to want to have the layers on top more blurred. In my opinion, I think it looks better. When they have more of a blur than, say, the background. But you can do whatever you want. And now we're going to combine them. Merge layers. Go back up to wave. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Go to blur. Oops, wrong blur. Blur, motion blur. Like about 3. And go to colorize. Saturation. That it doesn't look bad. So there you have it, another fire effect. And really, you look how different all 3 of these are. We used 3 different brushes. The wavelengths were different from the wave generator, and they all look unique. They can all be used differently. Obviously here, I just added the fire effect where needed. Like I didn't add it that much. It's pretty small here. I'll show it to you. This is what it looks like. So I mean, really just creating these fire effects. All you have to do is make sure, if you want different ones, unique ones, use these different brushes. You really can use any brush you want, but I think the wet media brushes look the best. Make sure you use the wave effect under the filters tab inside distort. Just change it up how you want to, you know. You'll get used to it the more you do it. And this is so you really can create a fire effect any way you want to. You're not limited to resources online. You can make this is yours that you can make, and it's really nice if you're trying to make something from scratch, trying to make something on your own. You don't have to rely on other people. So this is how you make it. You don't need to download any brushes. You can use what Photoshop comes with. Anyways, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe, because we will have more tutorials coming out. If you want a certain tutorial, leave a comment down below, and I will try to get to it with the knowledge I have. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. See ya!